Okay, like I said, guys, now I'm getting to those other Spider-Man questions, and a couple of them just got them today. And the first one, this one comes from my cousin, the Nightwing 92. And he sent me some questions today, and he's been really getting it's really getting into he's doing more research after I started talking more about, Spider-Man to him and things like that. He's 14, but he never really paid too much attention to comics until he saw my pile and really started looking into my pile, my collection. He asks me, "Hey Chris, I've been researching more on the Kingpin. I like him. He had a son," basically as a question. Yeah, he had a son, Richard Fisk, which first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 83. He's the son, but he later became an anti-hero. He was called the Rose for a while, then became Bloody Rose. He hates his father with a passion, always trying to ruin him. He's even one time tried to assassinate him a couple times. Until his mother killed him, shot him. I was like, whoa. He did have a son, he had a son, but he's been dead for a while now. Blood Rose or the Rose, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, the Kingpin had a son. And then you also, you say, "I also heard you talk about Demo Goblin. Who or what is he?" No problem. Demo Goblin first appeared in Web of Spider-Man number 86. He basically is a real demon. The third person to don the Hobgoblin costume, Jason Macendale, he wanted power. So he attempted to sell his soul to the demon. What's his name? Nastrissa. During the Inferno Crisis, he basically got possessed. He basically got possessed by a demon, but with a catch. It was a catch. He fused it to basically. And later on, the demon started controlling Jason Macendale for a while. And that's why later on you started seeing like Hobgoblin. Later on, he started looking more demonic. He looked more demon, like had a fourth lit tongue and sharp teeth and things like that. That wasn't part of his mask. That was the demon controlling him. But later on, the demon separated, became Demo Goblin, and became his own personality. His glider was badass because it was made of fire, and but he died in Spider-Man 68, I think, or 86. I might be wrong. Let me look it up right now. I'm checking it right now and make sure I'm correct on that. Spider-Man 46. He first appeared in Spider-Man number 6. But that was still when he was still using he was still using the Hobgoblin, but when he became Demogoblin, that was when he appeared as Demogoblin in Web of Spider-Man 86. Okay, but that's who Demogoblin is. That's who he is, bro. Okay. You have another question. Who is Swarm? Swarm is another Spider-Man villain. See, once I said, like I told you guys, he first appeared in the Champions. Anybody remembers the Champions? You know, the group Hercules and Archangel and Iceman and Ghost Rider. He first appeared in, I think, Champions number 14. Basically, he's a former Nazi scientist. His name is Fritz von Meyer. And basically, he was like Hitler's number 2 scientist. And he basically, what happened was a group of mutated killer bees that were exposed to like radiation from a meteor down in South America. He was down there, devoured him. His consciousness was absorbed into them, so he became basically he's a living swarm of killer bees. And he's always creeped me out because how do you fight something like that? And it's like, have you ever seen bee colonists swarm on somebody? That's basically what Swarm is. You know, if the bees go away from him, he's just nothing but bone. That's all he is. But he's just a nasty villain to me in terms of what he is. He's just a swarm of living bees, and hence his name is Swarm. You know, that gives me the creeps. You know, just I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it. You know, all them bees all over him. You know, that's basically what it is. That's basically what he is, cousin. And you have one more question. Have you seen the preview of a new ABC show called No Ordinary Family? Yes, I have. The show that's coming on ABC next fall is a superhero show. No Ordinary Families, and it stars Michael Chiklis and Julia Benz. And if you heard the name Julia Benz, she played Darla. Okay, there's all to my angel heads out there. Michael Chiklis, of course, was Ben Grimm and played on The Shield and things like that. He even played the Commish. You know, that's as far as back I can go with Michael Chiklis. And basically what it is it's basically The Incredibles live action. That's all it is. You know, since a lot of these superhero shows are coming out after the cancellation of you know, Heroes with the Cape, and now this one. And I'm looking forward to the Cape. But I have heard of No Ordinary Family. I've seen the previews to it. I'm not sure about it. But yeah, I've heard of it. Thanks for the question, cuz. The Nightwing 1992, excuse me. He's got plenty of channels, people, but this is my cousin. Thank you for the question. Alright. Next question comes from my friend T Square. And he asks me, "Hey kid, hey Chris. How you doing? I love your latest opinion spot. Top 10 Spidey villains. You should have did a top 20. Are you going to do a top 20? And if so, who are the other 10 villains you like?" Well, thank you. You know, you're not the first one that say, you know, that was a good idea or you loved it. I really did enjoy doing that. I knew that I would get a kick out of everybody. I thought about doing a top 20, but those are my top 10. But if I did a top 20, I wouldn't. I would probably just start off, go backwards 20 to 11, and then you already know my top 10. But the thing is, T, I have all my opinion spot sessions already planned out. I know exactly what I'm gonna do, what's the topic for the day, or something like that. And this week, I'm gonna dish out the last two fights, my last two fantasy fights before I go into the fantasy fights